Lily. I'm going to be leading your practice today. I have Lacey and Haley with me to help demonstrate. We're going to start in a seated position, so you can go ahead and get wherever's most comfortable. I'm sitting in half lotus with one foot on top of the other thigh, but you're welcome to sit just regular cross-legged. You can sit in hero, sitting on tops of the shins and the knees. This practice incorporates Vinyasa, where we're moving with our breath, with Yin, where we're holding postures for an extended period of time, getting down into our fascia, deep into our joints and muscle groups. So let's go ahead and find that seated position. Let's relax our shoulders away from the ears. Let the palms open towards the ceiling, releasing that tension in the fingers, maybe closing the eyes, and just checking in with our breath, getting comfortable here. Trying to focus on yourself for the next 60 minutes, letting everything else fall to the side. We want to try to connect our inhales and our exhales with our movement. On your next exhale, let's start to lower the chin down to the chest. Relaxing the back of the neck. If you feel like you need to, shift your head gently side to side a couple times. Might help loosen up some tension. If you feel okay, just let the chin be heavy. Spine is still staying lifted. Only our chin is down to our chest. You're using the weight from your head to just naturally start to pull and lengthen the spine. Pause with the head heavy for a breath. On your next inhale, start to lift the head back up, stacking the spine. We're going to exhale at the top. Inhale and fill the lungs. Exhale, we're dropping our head back. So your chin is up, your chest is open, head is back. Same thing here. If you feel like it, you can shift your weight side to side. If you feel okay, try to allow the head to just be. Shoulders are still away from our ears. Chest is lifted. If you're shifting the head, let's go ahead and pause. Allow the head to be heavy. Start to slowly lift the head up, stacking the spine, exhaling at the top. Inhale and fill the lungs. Exhale the right ear down to the right shoulder. I want you to think about both shoulders being relaxed away from the ears. Think about directing your breath to the left side of the neck to really lengthen through. Let's tuck our chin into our chest, roll our head through center and over to the left side. So both shoulders are still relaxed. We're directing our breath now to the right side of our neck to lengthen there. We're going to start to roll the chin back into the chest, taking it back to the right. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, start to lift the head, stack the spine, exhaling at the top. Let's open our eyes, take a big inhale, reach our arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, push the palms away from you. Breathe into your ribcage, expand the lungs. And then start to release those hands and fold your upper body forward. So we're relaxing our upper body forward. This is the first one in a warm-up. We're going to do a couple more. So if you need to ease into this, leave your palms planted, just relax your upper body. You can always lower onto your forearms. If you're on your forearms comfortably, maybe you practice rotating the palms towards the ceiling so you can release some of that tension in the fingers. We're trying to relax our upper body, our shoulders, our face as much as we can. Use your breath. Think about your inhales. You can lengthen, you can set yourself up. Exhales, you can relax a little deeper, you can fill space.
Don't
Start to walk the hands in, lift the chest. We're going to bring our palms onto our knees, work through some seated cat-cow. So we're going to push our chest forward, arch your upper body back for cow. And then as you exhale, you're rounding through the spine, tucking the chin into the chest, puffing the spine towards the back of the room. Let's inhale into cow. Chest is forward, arch back. Exhale, cat, round through. One more here. Inhale into cow. And exhale, cat. Let's find our neutral spine. We're going to change out whichever foot is in front or on top just to keep our hips even. So once that other foot is on the thigh or in front, we're going to bring our right hand down beside us. If it's available, maybe you lower all the way onto that forearm. Big inhale, left arm sweeps up and over, gazing towards your right hand, towards the floor. Think about lengthening the left arm to the right side of the room, keeping both seat bones planted. And then start to pull that left shoulder blade back so you can shift the gaze and look past the arm towards the ceiling. Big inhale, reach that left arm all the way up. Exhale the left hand down or the forearm, right arm sweeps up and over. Gazing towards the left hand, reaching the right arm over. Both seat bones planted on the floor. Pull that right shoulder blade back so you can shift the gaze, look past the arm to the ceiling. Big inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, arch back. I'm going to give you guys two options. So first option, you can keep your hands interlaced, start to fold your upper body forward, arms lift. If that is not what you would like to do, go ahead, release those hands. Do what we did before, walk your hands out, fold your upper body forward. So both are options. One might feel better to you than the other. Start to inhale, lift the body all the way up. Walk the hands in. When the chest is lifted, release the hands. We're going to roll through center to transition into a tabletop. So your palms are coming under your shoulders. Your toes are going to be tucked under. We're pushing our hips back towards our heels. Forehead is going down. And then we're going to inhale and round up. Maybe you push your hips a little further than your neutral spine. You find your neutral spine and then you exhale and push it back. So this should feel good. It should feel fluid. Inhaling up, exhaling, pushing back, forehead down. One more time, inhale it up. Before you push your hips back, untuck your toes, sink back into your child's pose. Forehead is down, arms are long. Just think about exhaling your hips back towards your heels. Try to relax that lower spine. I have my toes close together, my knees a little further apart. But you can always bring your knees and your hips parallel if that's better for you. We walk for years, and lies still lead us right back here. And time will always march on. We're going to keep our body where it is, but tint the hands. So when you tint the hands, you're lifting your palms off the floor, coming onto your fingertips so you can take it deeper into your chest and shoulders. It should feel good in the underarm area. Hips are still back towards your heels. We're going to keep our left arm where it is. You're going to take your right arm up into the low back, letting that forearm fold on the low back, and then you can keep your forehead on the floor. Maybe you rotate your left ear to the mat to take a deeper twist in the neck. If you need to lower the hand back down, you're totally welcome to do so. If you want to keep that stretch in the underarm, stay on the fingertips. We're going to take our right arm all the way back through and then under that left arm so we can lower onto our right shoulder and right ear. That left palm is either going to relax onto the floor, you're going to bring it up to your low back, letting that left forearm this time relax at that lower spine. Breathing in, really allow your body weight to push that right shoulder towards the floor, lengthening through the outside of the right shoulder and arm. This should all feel good. It's going to feel stretchy. It might get deep. That's okay. So feel free to close your eyes wherever we are right now. We start to get our heart rate up. We'll keep our eyes open, move a little more. But as we're easing into this, if it feels good and you want to close your eyes, go ahead. If your arm is at that low back, we're going to release the palm to the floor. I want you to push your body weight down in that left hand so your right arm can extend as you come into a tabletop. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the chest, reach the arm up. We're exhaling our right hand down, and then you push your hips back towards your heels. Find forehead is down towards the floor, arms are long. Go ahead and tent the hands, rising back up onto your fingertips. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So let's go ahead, keep the right arm where it is. Try to stay on the fingertips if you can. Rotating that left forearm to the low back, and then either keeping the forehead on the floor or allowing that right ear to lower to take a little deeper into a twist in our neck. One more breath here. That left arm is going to come all the way through and under the right so you can lower onto your left shoulder and left ear. Go ahead and either relax that left palm and keep your arm long, or you can release that right arm to the low back, allowing the forearm to just rest on your spine. Really give your body weight into your left arm. Allow it to lengthen and stretch.
Rain is streaming down my window. I stare out there thinking, where are you? Oh, and do you think about me too? Your heart beat with my heart in a symphony, yeah. Now I'm falling apart that you're gone. 'Cause don't you remember, late in the summer, September, you kissed me and said it's forever.
One more breath where we are.
As a birthday sang
Let's start to release that right arm to the floor if it's at the low back. You're going to push down through that right palm so we can sweep the left arm up, squeeze the shoulder blades, find that tabletop. Exhale, left hand down. If the knees are wider than your hips, let's go ahead and walk them back under. We're going to work through cat-cows. So you're welcome to keep the tops of the feet on the floor. If you prefer, you can go ahead and tuck the toes under, whatever's better for you. So as you inhale into cow, you're dropping your stomach down, shoulder blades pull together, look up. And then exhale, roll through the spine, puff the spine towards the ceiling, shoulder blades expand. Inhale into cow, look up. Exhale, cat, round through. Couple more. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Let's do two more. These should feel good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Find your neutral spine. You're going to keep those palms planted. We're going to tuck the toes under if they aren't there already. You're going to lift your knees to a hover. Find that lower core, squeezing the inner thighs. Take another breath here. When you're ready, we're pushing back to down dog. Pedal the feet right and left. Release the backs of the legs. You're shifting your hips side to side if that feels good. You can lift one leg up at a time. Maybe you bend both knees and squat down. Maybe you bend the elbows and warm up the arms. So whatever's going to make you feel best in your down dog.
I put on a favorite song.
A little bit longer here just to loosen up.
I put on a favorite song.
When you're ready, we're going to plant our palms. Think about pushing down through the fingertips, not just dumping into the wrist. Hips are up and back, reaching your tailbone towards the sky. Inner thighs are rolled towards each other, working to get your heels to the floor, but the heels can be lifted if you need. You can also keep a bend in the knees. So wherever you are, we're going to meet in down dog. I want you to keep your body where it is. As we inhale, we're going to rise high onto the toes, reaching your hips towards the ceiling. And then exhale and push the heels back to the floor. Inhale, rise up, moving with our breath. Exhale, push it back. One more time like that. Inhale, rise high onto the toes. Exhale, push your heels to the floor. Take a breath. We're going to inhale, rise high onto the toes. Round through the spine. Come forward, high plank. So my hands are a little too close, so I'm going to adjust them. Once you adjust your palms, belly button pulled in, we're going to try to keep our hands where they are and exhale, push your hips back. So you might come into a wider stance. That's fine. That might mean the heels are off the floor. You can adjust the feet a little bit if you need to. Let's do that again. Inhale, high onto the toes, round through the spine, come forward, high plank. Exhale, send it back. Last time like that, high on the toes, round through the spine, come forward, high plank. We're going to take it to a forearm plank. If you need to, lower the knees first. Lower onto your forearm. Elbows are under our shoulders. Belly is still pulled in, so maybe you lower the knees down, but then once you're there, you lift the knees back up. Take another breath here. Knees come to the floor if they're not there already. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Shift into Sphinx. So the elbows are under our shoulders. Our palms are grounded. Try to relax that lower spine. Relax the back of the legs. Look up and back.
A smile is a smile, and a tear still a tear.
Keeping your body where it is, we're going to exhale just the chin down to the chest. Big inhale, look up and back. Exhale, lower the stomach all the way to the floor. You're going to bring one hand on top of the other, stacking your hands. Pull your big toes into touch, heels fall open, relax the forehead to the floor. Take just a second here, allowing that sacrum to release. Sphinx is an awesome yin posture to help to loosen that lower spine. We're going to come into that one more time. So tops of the feet come back onto the floor. So you can either come back into your Sphinx. If you prefer and you want to take it a little bit deeper into seal, bring a couple more inches between the feet so they're about as wide as your mat, maybe even wider. Your palms are going to stay planted, but your arms are going to straighten. So the hip bones might lift off the floor, that's fine. Try to relax the seat, relax the back of the legs, keep the shoulders away from the ears, look up. Start to exhale just the chin down to the chest. Big inhale, look up and back. Lower all the way down. Legs are coming back in alignment with your hips. Your palms are under your shoulders. Let's tuck our toes under, lift up, high plank. Exhale it back, down, down. Look for the hands. High on the toes, bend the knees. We're taking baby steps to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Keeping that bend in the knees, relaxing the upper body. Grab for opposite elbow, shift side to side and ragdoll. Head is heavy, so our head weighs a lot. So we relax the back of the neck and allow the head to dangle. You have some weight that's just naturally pulling your spine. We're going to pause in the middle. Release your hands in front of you. You're going to keep your left hand in front of both feet. Your left knee is going to stay bent. Your right leg is straightening as you release your right arm to the ceiling. Gaze is going to follow, looking over your right shoulder. So you can stay here. If you want to open up the chest more, Take that right arm all the way around the back, grabbing towards your left inner thigh. Keep your shoulder blades pulled towards each other. Let's start to bend that right knee, releasing that right hand back to meet the left. This left leg is going to straighten. Right knee stays bent. Release the left arm to the sky. You can stay there. You can open up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Slowly unwind. Bend both knees. Chin is going to stay into the chest. You're pushing down through your heels. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Head is going to lift last. All right, we're going to start to get our heart rate up. So we're going to start at the top of our mat. You're going to take a big inhale and sweep your arms up. Push your hips forward, arch back, and then little swan dive, come all the way forward. Inhale and lengthen. We're straightening out our legs and our spine. Lower abdominals pulled in, shoulder blades pulled together. Hands can graze the shins or the floor. We're going to lower our hands to the mat. You're going to step both feet back to your high plank. We're coming into A point. So our palms and our toes stay tucked under. You're lowering your knees down. Your chin and your chest are coming up. Your seat is towards the ceiling. Elbows are towards the ceiling. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Push to cobra. Lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tucked back under. Lift up. High plank. Send it back. Down dog. Take a breath. Look for the hands. High on the toes. Bend the knees. 2 steps. 1, 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up. Reverse swan dive. Reach back. Swan dive forward. We're going to go through that again. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your feet back to your high plank. Lower the knees, the chin, the chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck under, come up. Send it back. Look for the hands high on the toes. Bend the knees, 2 steps. And lengthen. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Last round like that, little back bend. Swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Plant your hands, step the feet. Lower A point, knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck under, come up. Send it back. Look for the hands. High on the toes, bend the knees, step both feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Push the hips forward, little back bend, swan dive forward. Inhale and lengthen. We're going to exhale, left foot stays where it is. Our right foot steps back. Lower the right knee to the floor. Sweep your arms up, low lunge. We're going to take a little back bend. Inhale, lift the chest up. You exhale your hands to the floor. Your left leg sweeps back, 3-legged dog. Reach the back of the leg to the sky. As you exhale, lower the left leg to meet the right. Take a breath in down dog. Shift forward, high plank. Lower 8 point, knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes are under, lift up. Send it back. We're going to inhale our right leg up, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps all the way forward. Lower the left knee, sweep it up. Little back bend. Inhale up. Exhale the hands to the floor. Your left foot comes to meet the right. Step it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring it up. Reverse swan dive. Reach back. And forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale the hands, plant your left foot steps back first. This time, lower that knee. We're going to inhale our arms up. This time, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades, arch back, cactus arms. Inhale it up. Exhale the hands to the floor. Right foot sweeps back, 3-legged dog. Lower it down. Take a breath, down dog. shift forward, high plank. Lower 8-point, knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck, lift up. Send it back. Left leg up. Left foot is forward. Lower the right knee. Come up. Cactus arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, arch back. Inhale it up. Exhale the right hands down, right foot steps to meet the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way up. Little back bend. Bring it forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, both feet step back. Lower 8-point, knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down, toes tuck, come up. Send it back. We're going to send our right leg up, three-legged dog. Get some space there. Try to keep the hips squared. Lift the leg as high as you can. Find cheetah. We're rounding through the spine. Knee comes to your forehead. Send it back, three-legged dog. We're going to step our right foot all the way forward. You're going to lower your left knee down. I want your right knee over your right ankle so you have a straight line right down your shin. Left toes can be tucked under, top of the foot can be on the floor, whatever's better. We're trying to allow our hips to be heavy towards the floor to open up this left hip flexor. So if you need to, maybe that means you come up, bring your hands onto your thigh. If you're okay, stay down here. One more breath here. All right, we're gonna send our weight back. So we're gonna bring our hips over that knee. You can keep the toe tucked under or release it. This right leg is straight, right foot is flexed. Hands come wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe that's the middle of your mat. You're gonna start to pull the forehead towards your knee. So if that's not gonna happen today, maybe you lift the chest. If you feel this down the back of the leg with the chest lifted, stay here. It's your practice, so wherever you need to feel the back of that leg, stay there. Breathe there. We're going to link those two together with our breath. So as we inhale, we're shifting our weight forward. Hips are heavy. You exhale, you shift it back. Inhale and shift forward. Exhale and shift back. One more time. Inhale and shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Take a breath. If you feel good here, maybe you walk your hands forward towards the top of the mat. You can walk your hands back towards the back of the mat. Both are pulling the stomach closer to the thigh. Maybe you reach your left arm forward and right arm back. We're all going to come forward, planting that right foot down. I want your left palm planted in line with your right foot. Let's tuck our left toes. Lift the knee. Squeeze those inner thighs and release the right arm to the sky. Stay with us. This can feel a little awkward, especially if you haven't done it before. We're going to reach that right arm back and lower onto our left hip. Taking a stretch there. You're going to bring your right hand behind you, pushing into the floor, transitioning so that that right knee lowers on top of the left. So we're in half cow face. If you feel like you need to stay here, keep this leg extended. If you feel like you can come into full expression, let's bend both knees so that both knees are stacked. So from the front, both knees are stacked on top of each other. Maybe you keep that left leg extended. If both knees are bent, you can use your hands to grab hold of your feet, of your big toes, bending at the elbows, folding forward. If that left leg is long, let's go ahead and keep our upper body where it is. Maybe you fold the forehead down. Maybe you start to walk your hands forward. Try to relax into this as much as we can. So we're going to breathe here for a little bit of time. Holding these is one of our yin postures. It's really good for the outsides of our hips. You want to try to relax the inner thighs. Relax the hips. Relax the shoulders. Where we're working, we want to try to let it go. If we're holding too much tension there, you're never really going to be able to get deeper into it. Setting fire to our insides for fun. To
distract our hearts from ever missing out, but I'm forever missing him. And you cursed it.
We're going to take just a couple more breaths here.
And you cursed it. And you cursed it.
Let's start to walk the hands in, lift the chest. We're transitioning to boat. So you're going to unwind the legs, find your boat. Light grip behind the thighs. If you need to, maybe you keep your chest lifted, squeeze the shoulders together, and have your toes floating towards the floor. When you're ready, lift them up to tabletop. If you want to take it further, you can release your arms or straighten your legs. We're just going to hold this for a couple of breaths. I really want you to think about lifting your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, having a proud chest. Let's take one more breath here. Crossing at the ankles, you're rolling forward, planting your hands and stepping your feet back. We're flowing, so you lower the knees, the chin, the chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck under, come up. Send it back. Left leg, inhale it up, three-legged dog. Get some space there. We're taking it to the left side. We're starting with cheetah. Pull the knee to forehead, round through the spine. Exhale, send it back. Left foot steps all the way forward. You lower the right knee down. Try to get that knee stacked over your ankle. Hips are heavy. Opening up that right hip flexor. Right toes can be tucked under, or you can have the top of the foot on the floor. Shift the weight back, straightening out your left leg, adjusting your hands where you need them to be. When you're ready, start to round through the spine.
And that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what I'll do.
Let's link them together. So we're inhaling, shifting forward. Exhaling, shifting back. If you have your hands on your hips, you can do this lifted. Shift forward, hands stay on your hips. Send it back. We're going to do one more. Shift your weight forward. Send it back. We're going to stay here. Just take a little bit of a deeper stretch. So wherever that is for you, if you're ready to walk your hands forward, you can walk them back. You can separate your arms. Right arm forward, left arm back. Whatever's better. Let's start to shift our weight forward. So the right hand is in line with our left foot now. Right toes are going to tuck under. Lift that back knee. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach the left arm up. Take a breath here. We're about to roll onto that right hip. So reach that left arm back. Roll down. Take a second, massage. Maybe you're up here. That's fine. You're going to start to massage it down towards the floor. That left hand is coming behind us. Pushing down through your palms, rotating onto your seat, finding that half cow face. So we're back facing the normal top of our mat. Playing around a little bit. Right leg can stay long. When you're ready, you can bend that knee in. You're going to stay here. Hands are either grabbing your feet or your big toes. If both knees are bent, bend the elbows, fold forward. If that right leg is straight, you can keep the chest lifted, relax the head. You can start to fold your upper body forward. Settle in here. Try to relax those inner thighs. You use them to pull the knees into this position, but once you get there, try to let them go. It's a give and take. Yoga is strengthening. It is also relaxing. It is also stretchy. It's knowing when to use your muscles to strengthen and knowing when to let them go to lengthen. We want to relax the hips. Relax the muscles in the face and the jaw. Don't hold on to that tension.
pulls me through.
Whenever I feel far from home, facing the world on my own, you are the calm in my storm. You are the light that's guiding me.
We'll be here for just two more breaths.
The only one I need. You're my gravity.
Start to walk the hands in, lift the chest. We're coming back into that boat, so release the legs, find your boat. Whether that means toes are towards the floor. If they're towards the floor, try to float them at least an inch off the ground. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. When you're ready, lift the legs. Maybe you lift them long. Maybe you release the arm. Take another couple breaths here. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. Keep the chest lifted. Cross at the ankles. Roll forward. Place your hands. Step your feet back. And flow. We lower down. 8-point. Knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck. Come up. Send it back. Look for the hands. High on the toes. Bend the knees. 2 steps. Bring it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up. Baby back bend. Swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, both feet step back. Take your 8-point, lower knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Toes tuck, come up. Send it back.
And there was nothing that could make
We're going to inhale and reach our right leg up, 3-legged dog. Right foot is going to come all the way forward. Let's lower that left heel down so the foot is at an angle, and then open up the arms and chest for warrior 2. So our hips are open, chest is open, arms are long, gaze is forward. Take another breath here. Make sure you're pushing down through the back edge of the left foot. Let's rotate the right palm, reach forward, keep this front knee bent, arms come back, peaceful warrior. Let's come up. Bring your palms together as you rotate onto this left toe. Come through. Inner thighs are tight. Maybe you fly your arms. Let's bring our palms back together. Lift the chest. We're going to exhale our hands to the floor. You're heel toeing this right foot over to the left. When you're there, lower the knee. We're keeping our left toes tucked under, left knee lifted. Hands are out in front of us, arch back. Lift the chest. Lower the left knee, top of the foot. Fold forward into your half pigeon. We're going to breathe here. Let it go. As far forward as you can. My go-to is to fold my forearms in front of me so I have a little platform for my head. But it's also good to open up those palms and let the tension release from your fingers. Maybe if you want to take it deeper into your shoulders, you bring your palms together and reach the hands overhead. If you need to, you can always stay on your forearms and relax your head. Maybe you close the eyes. Try to relax between the eyes. We don't want to have any wrinkle lines from doing yoga. Then how can you bring me pain? And if I was made to love you, how come we're here again? And why does it hurt so bad? If I was made to love you. Be here for just a little bit longer. Make sure you're not holding any tension in that left leg or in your hips. Take one final breath here. Walk your hands in, lift the chest. Your hands are coming in front of that left shin. Try to keep that lower spine relaxed, seat relaxed. Take a little counter back bend. Lifting the chest. Shift your weight to the right so your left leg can come through. So we're going to come into double pigeon. So you're stacking your ankles and your knees on top of each other as much as you can. Totally normal for that left knee to float. If you need to, you can pull your left heel towards your right hip. It's going to help to start to lower that knee down. You can always shift that left heel off the right knee. Try to come here even if it means that knee is floating. It's totally fine. The more you start to do this and get it a little closer and a little closer, the faster you're going to get there. So our hands are coming behind us, pushing into the floor. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, arch back. Big inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. Our core is tight. You're reaching up. That core is supporting your spine as you come forward. At your lowest point, relax and settle in here. Relax the head, relax the neck. We're opening up our knees and our hips, two major places that we all tend to hold some tension. We've injured. Everybody's coming into this practice from a different place. So just because we might be able to fold forward, we've maybe been doing this a little bit longer, or maybe because we do it every day. So don't judge your practice based on anyone else's. Go where you can, go where you feel it. You don't want it to hurt. Let's start to walk our hands in, lift the chest. We're going to release our legs, light grip behind our thighs. You're going to roll onto your back. Head is touching the ground. We're going to grab for either the insides or the outsides of the feet. Shift the weight side to side and happy baby. You can always stay still if that feels better.
To my friend, he who taught me to love like a beast and to feast like the queen that he fed.
Release the feet. You're going to plant the heels by your seat, arms long by your side. We're going to set up for a back bend. We're going to come into bridge. Just get into our back muscles a little bit more. So your arms are long, heels digging into the ground. Start to lift the hips towards the ceiling. You can stay here if you want to. Roll your shoulders under. Interlace the hands and then extend your arms back to the floor, incorporating more of the neck. Really reach your hip bones towards the sky. Maybe you rise up onto your toes. If you're on your toes, let's lower the heels down. Keep the hips where they are. If your hands are interlaced, release your hands first. Let's roll the shoulders out, and then all together start to peel our hips back to the floor. When the hip bones touch the ground, let's pull our knees into our chest. One hand to either knee, make baby circles clockwise. Massage the spine into the ground. Change directions, counterclockwise circles. We're going to pause in the middle, bring a light grip behind the thighs. I want you to hold onto your thighs. You're going to roll up and roll back. Massage the spine. Times. Inhale, roll up. Exhale it back. This time you're going to roll up, cross the ankles, plant your palms, step your feet back. Lower 8-point, knees, chin, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down, toes tuck, come up. Send it back.
Who do you follow when there's no one else around you? And tell me where I need to go.
Left leg is up, three-legged dog. Left foot comes all the way forward. You lower your right heel down to that angle, come all the way up, warrior two. Hips open, chest open, arms long. Rotate the left palm, reach forward. Bring it back. Start to come through. Your hands come together. Your right elbow comes to the outside of that left thigh. You're on your right toes. Inner thighs are tight. Look over your right or your left shoulder. Maybe you fly the arms. Palms come back together. We're going to lift our chest, transitioning to half pigeon. Your hands come to the floor. You heel toe your left foot over to that right wrist, and then lower the knee down. So your right toes are already there. Your knee is already lifted. Hands in front of you, arch back. Lift the chest, lower the knee, top of the foot, fold into your half pigeon, relax into it. Big deep breaths. We're starting to get closer and closer towards the end of our practice. We're going to move from our mat, move into more yin postures for the remainder of class.
I am not the only traveler who is not repaid his debt. I've been searching for a trail to follow again. Take me back to the night we met, and then I can't tell myself what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Let's take 2 more breaths here.
And then I can't tell myself not to ride along with you.
Start to walk the hands in, lifting the chest. Your palms are coming in front of that left shin. Take a counter back bend. Lifting the chest, weight shifts to the left. Your right leg comes through. Double pigeon. Just stack the ankles and the knees on top of each other. Keeping that chest lifted, doing what you can here, even if that means that right knee is floating. Totally fine. Hands coming behind us, push into the floor, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, arch back. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Core is tight, reach up and out. When you're there, settle in. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the muscles in the face. Try to breathe into the hips. Let any tension you're holding on to that's not serving you just fall to the side.
Take me back to the night we met.
Start to walk the hands in, lifting the chest. We're going to release our feet. Scoot towards the top of your mat. Take that light grip back behind your thighs and just roll the spine to the floor. When the head touches the floor, let's pull our knees back in and just massage the spine back onto the mat. You can shift side to side. You can do those little circles, whatever feels better for you. We're going to pause in the middle and extend our legs to the towards the ceiling. So your arms can be down by your side. You can shift your hands under your hips. Maybe you bring your arms overhead. I want you to try to keep the legs lifted without touching them. So it's totally normal if the toes start to tingle or the legs shake a little bit. We're allowing that blood to rush the opposite direction, igniting our lymphatic system. boosting our immune system. So many benefits here.
Heard footsteps through the floor, and I slept through it all, 'cause you didn't wanna. Sent shivers through your coat as you fell to the floor, and I slept through it all.
If you're practicing at home, you can always do this against an actual wall. Makes it a little more restorative. You don't have to do quite as much work.
So tell me all you know, and you could buy your
Let's start to bring our feet back to the floor. When the feet touch the mat, you're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together, allow the knees to open to the side. So let's all bring our arms overhead. My arm's already there. If you're not there, let's go ahead and bring the arms overhead, grab for opposite elbows, and just allow the inner thighs to release. Allow the rib cage to expand.
You could have it all. Heard footsteps through the floor, and I slept through it all, 'cause you didn't wanna. Sent shivers through your coat as you fell to the floor, and I slept through it all, 'cause you didn't wanna.
Releasing the elbows, you're going to keep your left knee where it is. Your right leg is coming all the way on top, so you can either keep both knees bent or you can extend that right leg long. Arms are either going to go into a field goal or you can release them long. Let's shift our gaze and look over our right shoulder. If it's available, you can hold on to that right foot with your left hand. There's so many different options for spinal twists. So finding one that's going to be best for you today. Let's take a big inhale here. We're going to exhale and sigh it out through our mouth, try to get a little more space. Let's inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, sigh it out. Shifting the gaze back to the ceiling. If you have hold of this right foot, go ahead and release that. Bring both knees back together and then open up to your Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of the feet come together, knees open. Taking just a couple of breaths in center. You can keep your arms long or bring them back overhead. Our left knee is going to start to come all the way on top of our right. So either both knees stay bent or you can extend your left leg straight. Arms can be long in opposite directions or you can find that field goal. Maybe you hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Left gaze or the gaze shifts over that left shoulder. Settling in here. Taking a few breaths to just get into this posture.
For these words he won't come around here, and his eyes won't see, and you know he won't come around here.
Let's take that big inhale and fill our lungs.
Needs it to be.
Exhale and sigh it out. Find a little more space. Do that again. Big inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, let it go. One last time. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, sigh it out.
Nothing deep here. It's like we're losing our sense of home. Just disappear.
Let's shift the gaze back towards the ceiling. You're going to release hold of that left foot if you're holding it. Both knees bent, stacked on top of each other. Start to roll back onto the back, finding that Baddha Konasana. One last time. Knees open, chest open, arms back up overhead.
Tell your mother she needs to reassess herself, and this will be the only way. Sometimes he tries to
We're going to release our legs long onto the floor. You're going to reach your arms overhead, just releasing the elbows. Let's flex our feet, interlace our hands, and push our palms away from us. Breathing into the ribcage, feeling the expansion through the sides of the body. Both knees are going to come up into our chest. Try to grab for opposite elbows over the shins. Once you're there, tuck the chin into the chest, pull the forehead up to meet the knees, rounding through the spine, pulling everything in as tightly as you can. Take another breath here. Maybe see if you can fill any more space. And then exhale and settle your body all the way down to the floor, finding our way to our final Savasana. So your legs are long. Your arms are long, allowing the palms to open towards the ceiling. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's relax our toes. Relax our ankles. Release any tension left in the legs, the knees, the hips. Trying to soften the stomach, the chest and shoulders. Releasing any tension left in the arms, the wrists, the hands, and the fingers. Let's relax the neck, release the jaw, and soften all of the muscles in the face. Only movement is our breath, just for a little bit longer. Settle into your Savasana.
And in the night, it was a drunken stutter. Started as a next to nothing conversation, and then he's tearing me out, taking me apart at my friend's house. I was uncomfortable, I was hurt still.
We're going to start to deepen our inhales and our exhales.
I felt my
Awareness coming back into our breath.
with every stab wound and exhale.
And then gently start to wake up the fingers and the toes, wiggling them around. Movement coming back into the body. Slowly getting closer and closer towards our heart as we start to wake up our arms and our legs. When you're ready, reaching the arms overhead to get into the sides of the body. And then start to pull the knees into the chest so you can wake up the legs, start to wake up the spine, massaging the hips.
See, saw me as a human.
You're going to roll to whichever side you'd prefer. Just take a couple of breaths there, allowing whichever shoulder is towards the ceiling to just gently come in towards your chest. We just want to slowly ease our body back awake. So that arm that's towards the ceiling, let's take that palm, push it into the floor so you can find your way up into a comfortable seated position. Try to keep the eyes closed, or when you get there, closing the eyes back. Finishing class where we started. Tall spine, palms open, resting on the knees. taking a second to just acknowledge the work you put into class, showing up, moving your body. The hardest part is normally just getting started. So if you're here and you're finishing with us, take a second to acknowledge that. We're going to take a big inhale and sweep our arms up overhead, get some space. Palms are going to come together. Let's exhale our hands to heart center. Just bring them in front of your chest. Thank you for sharing this practice with us. I hope you enjoyed it at home. Hope it gives you a little more energy, but also maybe relaxed a little bit more than when you started. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Come back, take another class with us. We have lots on the channel. Namaste.
Oh, I wish there